Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This Friday, the 24th of January 2014. London is the city that many major events that happen and many issues are calculated in London. One of these is the Baltic Dry Index, which determines the dry markets. Our bold prediction came out true and the market dipped further down at 1,246 points, down 25 from yesterday and 175 from last week. Needless to say that it went down 981 points in exactly a month's time since the 24th of December 2013. This is 44.0.6%, a very big drop. Now, we have to be pragmatic. There is not a substance in the world economy. Many nations that they have troubles, and the journalists, which is some of us to blame, and the politicians, they have given us the wrong guidance. For example, Argentina collapsed. Everybody said Argentina was doing well. Argentina is doing bad, still is doing bad. So the dip down has incalculable repercussions of any country and for the world economy too. Here we are faced with overcapacity, we are faced with many new regulations governing the industry, we are faced with non-discipline of various factors within the industry, disciplines such as ecological ships and why to go for these ships. Then we've got new technological aspects entering the industry and so forth. The markets are down, you like it or not, this is the situation. It will become the market for the very few, and this is my belief. Whether you are within the stock markets or outside the stock markets, whether you're a Trump owner or a Liner owner, things are changing. I believe again that we must make a better reassessment of the situation and put things on perspective. Make an agenda, and let's make sure that the world's locomotive of the economy, which is the shipping industry, as it carries the majority of cargoes, is in a more safer modus operandi. We've got issues which affect the markets again, such as the Chinese wake-up, let's call it, in the China Sea, affecting Vietnam, the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, to name but a few nations in the industry, and in particular with the aspect of the exclusive economic zone. Japan too plays a pivotal role in this, and one has to watch it. It's not just North Korea with its ballistic tests and so forth. There are many other issues in that area. In Africa, we had a slightly drop in piracy, but it was short-lived, and I'm sure last week you heard what has happened in West Africa. If we don't curb completely the piracy and we don't have a leader, we're going to have again the same problems we've faced the last 10 years. Just 48 hours have passed since the latest Marine Money International Conference took place at Dorchester Hotel in London's Park Lane, and Jean Winfield advised me of the many interesting speeches that they took place, and in particular the issues that were raised by Jeffrey Evans on his very nice keynote speech about the markets, and obviously reassuring us of the upbeat of British shipping. Simultaneously, we had many other interesting debates there, and lastly we have a very nice event that took place at the closing of these 2 days, which was the Marshall Islands reaching 1 million gross tons under the flag. That's a very big event and was, as I said, celebrated to the full. Down in the East Med, we have lately the incident of the Farmakonisi Island in central Aegean, just off the Turkish coast. And everybody is pointing its finger to Greece for its contact to this operation. We have to have memory, and we must see the figures of how many illegal immigrants are crossing with the assistance of the Turkish even authorities, this is something I'm provoking you, and the Turkish individuals who for $5, $6, $10,000 per head are bringing over to Greece, which is the first country of entry to the European Union, all these people which are trying to find a better life in the Western society, as they've been suppressed from their regimes and the civil wars in their areas. We must give an end to this. See what happened to Lampedusa and to many other Italian areas of the zone of control. What happens to Portugal, to Spain? So one should not always point out a figure to what the Greek authorities have done, and may I suggest, if you don't like it like this, let's bring in the European Coast Guard, which in my view does not exist. Let's create same and see who makes the violations. We must make sure that we have a considerable amount, a number, may I say, of officers guarding Europe's southeastern frontiers to avoid all this mess, because it costs a lot of money to everybody. The third main issue today is what you all now know and you are aware of, the scandals that take place in Greece. And it's not only in Greece with the procurement of defense of the country, and in particular that of the submarines and other procurements. It is the involvement of other people as well from other European and other nations. Come on, you need two in a tango. It's not just simple as that. If I may repeat what Greece's president, Carlos Papoulias, stated, that, quote, the judges should go down the bone. And why I'm saying this again for the second time in 10 days is because I read along and through the lines of the press some excuses of the accused people that, come on, they don't make sense. What they say is totally lies, bloody lies, to the expense of the Greek public, who are called to suffer the austerity and other issues, and this, of course, will turn out to be a very big European issue. If the Siemens scandal in Greece was a scandal which was settled out of court for 100 million euros, wait and see the Hellenic shipyard submarine, just the submarine saga, how much will cost to many people around, how many people were going to lose their sleep. Fourthly, speaking for the Eastern Mediterranean, Turkey is collapsing. This is not a propaganda, Mr. Erdogan, this is a reality. Your country tried, I repeat, tried, and why not, to become a better nation in its economy. But that was short-lived. And now, your central bank is trying to support the Turkish lira. Obviously, you're not the only example of bad mismanagement and corruption too as well. It's the whole economy, the whole world economy that has these problems. On another note, we would like to see, irrespective that Greece is going through a very difficult time, the Greek presidency of the European Union, from now until the summer of 2014 this year, brings in some positive things for the well-being of the European nations, and of course how this affects the entire world management. We wish you a nice weekend. Be on guard for many issues, and in particular mention guard. Piracy again has come up, and we should not forget what the pirates are after. This is John FARACLAS from allaboutshipping.co.uk. Have a lovely weekend.